The episode begins with Mordecai and Rigby recovering from the chaos of their magical rap battle, wanting a calm, carefree day for once. They're lounging around the park house when they overhear Muscle Man bragging loudly about an upcoming cruise he and High Five Ghost are planning. He flaunts the idea of relaxing on the open road, blasting music, and enjoying freedom in a way that instantly sparks jealousy in Mordecai and Rigby. Muscle Man exaggerates every detail, making the cruise sound like the coolest thing anyone could possibly do. His constant bragging gets under their skin, inspiring them to have their own cruising experience, even though they don't have a convertible, a plan, or any idea what cruising actually requires. Determined to prove they can cruise just as well as Muscle Man, Mordecai and Rigby search the garage for anything that could function as a suitable vehicle. They find an old dusty car that Benson has kept in storage, a relic from a past era with worn paint, squeaky doors, and a questionable engine. Despite its appearance, the car has a certain charm, and they decide it's more than enough for their cruising adventure. Mordecai wants to be responsible and asks whether they should check with Benson before taking it, but Rigby insists that Benson never uses it and won't even notice. Against his better judgment, Mordecai gives in, setting the stage for the conflict to come. They clean the car, add temporary decorations like homemade flags and taped-on stripes, and fill it with snacks and a music playlist that they believe captures the true spirit of cruising. Even though their modifications are cheap and chaotic, they feel proud and ready for their adventure. When they finally start the engine, the car coughs, shakes, and sputters but miraculously begins to move. The excitement fills them with confidence, and they drive out of the park with exaggerated swagger, convinced they're about to experience something legendary. At first, everything goes smoothly. They play music loudly, make goofy poses, lean back like they've seen in movies, and mock Muscle Man's bragging. But quickly, the road reveals the car's real condition. It struggles on hills, the radio glitches, and the steering feels unpredictable. Each issue adds comedic tension, with Mordecai trying desperately to keep control while Rigby insists everything is fine. Their conflicting reactions lead to arguments, mirroring the pattern that often turns their simple plans into disasters. The episode takes a surreal turn when they arrive at an underground cruising route, a long, mysterious road where elite cruisers gather. This hidden area feels like a blend of retro aesthetics and supernatural intensity. Neon lights stretch across the horizon, dancers groove at roadside stops, and vehicles glide with impossible smoothness. Mordecai and Rigby are instantly mesmerized. Impressed by the spectacle, they attempt to blend in, slowly driving through the scene and nodding coolly, though their car sticks out as embarrassingly outdated. Their awkward presence attracts attention from a group of highly skilled, ultra-cool cruisers, led by a charismatic figure, who embodies the essence of cruising culture. This leader challenges Mordecai and Rigby's right to be on the road, questioning whether they understand the true meaning of cruising. Rigby defensively claims they're naturals, while Mordecai tries to calm the situation. Impressed by their nerve but skeptical of their skills, the leader issues an invitation, or a thinly veiled threat, to participate in an official cruising test that night. The test turns out to be a surreal multi-phase cruising gauntlet designed to measure style, rhythm, teamwork, and car control. It includes drifting through glowing tunnels, driving in synchronized formations, navigating illusion-filled highways, and maintaining perfect vibe even under pressure. The competition begins with Mordecai and Rigby struggling to keep up. Their car rattles, smokes, and occasionally loses pieces. Mordecai panics while Rigby insists that style matters more than performance. Their arguments nearly cost them several rounds. Thankfully, they manage to survive through a combination of luck, improvisation, and brief moments of unity. As the challenges intensify, Mordecai and Rigby realize cruising isn't just about showing off, it's about harmony between driver, passenger, and vehicle. This realization leads them to work together, each compensating for the other's weaknesses. Mordecai focuses on control and timing, while Rigby becomes a hype man who keeps the energy high and ensures they don't freeze under pressure. Their teamwork gradually improves, impressing the onlookers and even earning reluctant nods from the elite cruisers. The climax of the episode arrives when the leader of the cruising group challenges them to a final duel, a side-by-side drift through a massive neon-lit canyon. The canyon twists, shifts, and expands in surreal ways, representing the metaphorical heart of cruising culture. Mordecai and Rigby's car nearly falls apart during the challenge, but they push through, relying on instinct, coordination, and intense adrenaline. At one point, the canyon begins collapsing or transforming due to the supernatural intensity of the competition, escalating the stakes and forcing them to improvise wildly. Despite the car's failing condition, they manage a perfect drift that surprises everyone, including themselves. The leader, stunned, acknowledges their unique cruising style. It may not be traditional, elegant, or polished, but it's undeniably genuine. The supernatural elements dissolve, the canyon stabilizes, and the elite cruisers accept Mordecai and Rigby as honorary members of the cruising community. The ending returns them to the park, where Benson discovers the missing car and is furious. Mordecai and Rigby try to explain their cruising victory, but Benson only sees the destroyed vehicle and grounds them or assigns them harsh chores as punishment. Still, Mordecai and Rigby feel triumphant, believing their adventure was worth it. The final comedic beat has the car making one last dramatic sputter before completely collapsing, followed by Rigby trying to imitate a cruising pose, only for Benson to yell at him again. Mordecai sighs, and the episode closes on their typical comedic chemistry. This episode explores themes of authenticity, teamwork, and the difference between looking cool and actually being cool. By transforming a simple car cruise into a supernatural journey of style and rhythm, it captures regular shows' trademark balance of grounded conflict and surreal exaggeration.